Would you ever leave the state of California if it got any worse?
It's tough. It's something that has actually been probably the biggest issue in our family at home. Is I am so frustrated with California, and it's why I'm running, because California is such a great and beautiful place. The weather is so beautiful. Only 7% of the world has the Mediterranean climate. Where I live, I've got the Mediterranean climate. And so many things I love about California. But the things that I hate about California, seeing people die on the streets, the housing unaffordability, the regulation, how long it takes me to get a building permit for a ceiling fan. It takes me 8 weeks to permit a ceiling fan. Because, staff cuts. And the fire department's coming over to my house
8
going...
8 weeks for a ceiling fan.
I got the fire department coming over, Kevin.
Gotta love it.
We've got the fire department. Spoke to the fire department. We've got millions of dollars ready to build a new fire station, but we can't get the authorization to do it. Meanwhile, our response times are going down and Californians are suffering. It's all of the agencies throughout our state that are suffering. And that's what's so sad, is California in aggregate knows that there are problems. We just need a stronger leader. But yeah, I'm a big proponent of, in our family, of saying, look, the taxation, the lack of representation we get is a driver to move to the beach in Florida, to move to Texas and start a new company or a large media business in Texas or South Florida or whatever. They would welcome you with open arms. Here's your space. Here are your permits. You're operating right away. It's the opposite. It's the opposite in California. And so there's so many things that drive me out. Now, Lauren, my wife, doesn't want to leave because of friends and family. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yep.
So it is, California's problems have driven a wedge into our relationship because they're so bad, the problems in California.
How
That's why
often
I'm
are you seeing
running
that happen, by the way? How much are you seeing that in marriages right now, families right now, friendships?
Constant. Friendships getting destroyed. Certainly identity politics doesn't help. That destroys a lot of relationships as well. But the problems in California bring those identities out.
Yeah.
So lots of relationships.
Pat, I think if you came back to California for a month and you spent there, I think the one thing that you would notice is they've gotten rid of glamour. Glamour used to define California. It used to be something that drawed people in. It was glamorous.
You're
it
talking
was
about
sexy.
the dream.
The dream, LA, the lifestyle, Hollywood.
Yeah.
The way Hollywood is being run right now, it has completely destroyed glamour. You drive through the streets of West Hollywood, you feel depressed. You see the advertisements on the billboards now. It's all negative content. It's stuff you don't want to watch. It's
That's
just
not
being
California,
driven. No,
Tom. That's
not.
America, man.
Yeah,
There's no more heroes. It's
was
all
always
victims.
different. You know, it always had that gleaming thing that people wanted to go to, and it's just they've gotten rid of glamour, and that's really depressing.
FYI, Sultan SJK, who gave $500, who moved here from New York City. If you want to apply for a job, send us an email. Text us at 310-340-1132, 310-340-1132. We will schedule an interview with you. Kevin, final thoughts. California, how do you envision this thing taking place over the next, what's the timeline with the recall right now? How much time do we got?
We've got probably either the second week of September through the first week of November. That's our range for when the election is, which makes it really hard to campaign to figure out when you want to do your rallies. And look, the issue that a lot of Californians don't understand right now is the recall is one ballot. A lot of folks right now believe, I'll vote on the recall, and if Gavin's recalled, then I'll look at the backup options. Doesn't work that way. You get one ballot. Should Gavin Newsom be recalled, yes or no? Pick your backup. It's on one ballot. And so if California wants those 20 changes, especially the top 5, which are the number one priority for year number 1, solving homelessness, traffic, community policing, and our future schools, right? The other issues that we've talked about, then California should vote yes on that recall and vote yes on Meet Kevin Paffrath for governor. Go to meetkevin.com to support.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.